Hello everyone, I am SUBHIKSHA pursuing BE CSE in SETHU Institute of 3rd year SETHU Institute of Technology. What is TDD? TDD is a test-driven development. It's a software development processing laying requirement being converted at test cases before the software is fully developed and checking all. Software development by replicating a testing software against all the test cases. Software engineering can make who is greater than having development or rediscovered. Test-driven development is related to test-first programming concept or extreme. Adding a new features being by returning a test and paused if they were features or specificate. So a key benefit of test-driven development is that is making the developer focus on requirement before writing a code. This is the contract with the usual practice where unit tests are only written after code. Refactor as needed. Using a test after each refactor to ensure that functionality is prevented. A code is refactored for reliability and maintainability in the particular hard-coded test data should be removed. Running the test suite after each refactor help ensure that no exceed the unit small. For DDT, unit is most commonly defined as the class group or related function often called a module, keeping unit relatively small and calm to provide a critical benefit including reducing debugging effect which the test failure or dedicated. Having a small unit aids in the tracking down error. Advanced practice of the test-driven development can lead to acceptance test-driven development. Structure. Effective layout of the test cases ensure all required action are completed, improving of readability. The test cases and smoothen and flow execution. Consistent structure help the building of self-documenting. Building a self-documenting in test case is commonly applied structure for test cases. Setup, execution, validation, and cleanup. Setup. Put the unit under the test UTT or the overall test system in the state of needed to run the test. Execution. They are driven the UTT to perform their target behavior and capture all output. Practice to avoid are anti-pattern. Having a test cases depend on system state manipulating from previously executed test cases. Depends between the test cases. A test suite where the test cases are depend upon each other brittling or complex. Execution order should not be premuted. Basic refactoring on the initial test cases or structure of UTT. Benefits. A test-driven development offer more just simple validation or characters but can also driven a design of program by focusing a test cases first on mute. Imagine how to functionality is used to be clean. So programmers are concentrated with the interface before the implementation. The benefit are compulsory to design by contract as the approaches code through the test case rather than through the mathematical as are preconceptions. Test-driven development offer the ability to take a small step with required. It allows the program to focus on the task and hand to functional goal. First goal is to make the test pass. Written a code is discovered by at least one test. It given a programming team to subsequent user and greater level of confidence in the code. Limitation. A test-driven development has been adopted outside of the software development in both production, service team and test-driven work. For testing to be successful, it needed to practice of the micro levels. Every method in the class and every input data values, log messages and error code among other data points needed to be tested. Development quality control check the usual manual tests rather automatical tests for each aspect. The work prior to commissioning the QC check are used to informing the design to validate and associated outcomes. The 6-step to TDT sequence are applied with the minor semantic changes.